Good afternoon, everyone. It's Miss Amy, and as promised, we are going to do some a carrot craft because this morning we read and I talked about some fun carrot stories and carrot seeds because I was planting. So what you need is 2 paper plates. If you have paper plates, you can use small ones or big ones, or if you don't, then you are going to want some white paper, a plate so that you can trace them. So I went ahead and traced the circle around. Okay, so I have a nice big circle. I'm going to cut out a couple of those. Okay, and so these are going to be my garden. So we're going to do a couple of really cool things on this. We're going to do some coloring, or you could do painting. That's up to you. So that you can make your garden. We are also going to do some weaving, which is so fun, or threading or sewing or whatever. And then of course, crafting, and then we can play with the garden and do some fine motor stuff for your littles. Okay, so 2 of these circles, I'm gonna cut 1 in half because, actually I'm not gonna cut them 1 in half. Thinking something different. So you're gonna do your circle. Okay, so then what I'm gonna do is I am going to, I'm going to put this on top of the orange, and because I can use the backside. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to color half brown because the ground is brown. So I'm going to just color this. You could paint it if you want, but crayons work great because crayons look like dirty because they don't cover the whole thing. There's some whitish, so it looks more like dirt. Okay, so, and if it's lumpy, you can do it wavy, like, you know, it doesn't have to be straight because a pile of dirt isn't straight. Okay, so there is my dirt. Then the top, I'm gonna do blue. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and color blue, and I can just color quick back and forth like that, which is great because the edges are going to go down on the other piece of paper on the mat. Okay, so sky, dirt. Okay, then on the orange, okay, I'm going to flip it over so that you can't see this. And what I'm going to do is, with a bad pencil, I'm going to draw some carrots. Well, carrots are long and skinny or short and fat. Or they're wavy because if a rock gets in the way, they grow around the rock. Or sometimes they literally grow twisting around each other. So your carrots do not have to be perfectly long and skinny. But you're going to draw some carrot shapes. So I'm going to draw like a fat one because one year I had really fat carrots. And I'm going to draw a carrot that's kind of funny looking. Okay. All right. So I have 3 carrots. I'm going ahead and cut those out. Like that. There's 1 carrot. Oops. There's 2 carrots. Okay, so we're doing some fine motor cutting, which is great. We did some drawing of shapes, and carrots are kind of, what, squarish? No, they're triangular. Sort of. Sometimes. Most of the times. Even when they're squiggly, they're still pointier at one end. Usually. Not all the time. Okay, so then carrots have tops. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the trick that I love to do. And we've been doing it a long time. So every time, if you want to cut out something and you want more than one, just fold your paper and then you can draw what you want or just cut it out. So I'm going to do kind of like this. And that's going to be my carrot stem. Okay, and I'm gonna draw, because I've drawn it and folded the papers together, it's going to give me a whole bunch so that I have more than one to use, and I can use them on the carrots because I have 3 carrots right now. So I will be able to do it this way. Okay, so if you're doing the 2 paper plates, you can cut one of the paper plates in half and you can put it on the bottom and make just a pocket. So what you would do is go like this, okay, color it, okay, so here again, we color it like this, okay, couple different ways that we can do this, which is always fun because you can adapt with what you have at home, which is always cool. You could even do this with twine or grass or whatever that you found. Okay, so you could do this, and what you would do then, so what I'm going to do is I am going to hole punch. So if I was doing it with the pocket, I would, where'd my hole punch go? This one is not, well, we're going to try it. It may not work. A hole punch. So I'm going to hole punch all the way through, down this, okay? This is a really terrible hole punch. I had another one out, but I don't know where it went. So I'm hole punching through both of those pieces, okay? All the way along the bottom. Okay. One more. And yes, some of mine are still kind of on there. Okay. So yes, they're on there, right there, like that. Okay. So now you have this with all of these holes punched out like that, that, and that. Okay, so now you can see the hole punches. So what I'm going to do is I have my thread. I have all 3 of my carrots. I'm going to put my carrot, I'm going to use a little glue. I'm going to finish this up. And I'm going to put a little glue on the top of each of those and put some carrots top like that. Okay, like that. Okay, so there are 3 carrots. Okay, here we go. Carrots. All right, so I have 3 carrots. Now I have this and I have my string. I'm gonna put that away. Okay, so we've built that. So, a couple different ways you can do this. You can put this in here. You can tie it on. Okay, so you can tie it on onto one side like this. Okay, so then your kids can thread it through, okay, and they can just go around the outside and just keep going down into the front, and that way it seals the back, and then you have little pockets, okay, for your carrots to grow in. Okay, so that's one way you can do it. The other way that you can do it is if the top part isn't on and you have this, you string your string, and the great thing is that what I can do is, I'm going to cut this just so that it's shorter. And I'm going to use a piece of masking tape because masking tape is great for sealing the top, so it makes it easy to poke it through. So I'm just going to put a little bit of masking tape on the top and wind it around. Okay, a couple times like that. Okay, so then there it is. So then it's easy to put it in. And what I'm going to do is I am going to thread this through so that it goes across. So here is my thread. And this is going to create the dirt. So then I'm going to come up on the same side. Whoops. I'm going to come up on the same side like this and go across on this side. And then come up in the next hole down and go across like that. So here is our little bit of sewing or weaving. Okay, we're, crisscross. You could do the same thing. You could weave actually with paper if you wanted to. But what we have is this string. So the string is going to be like dirt. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back through and I'm going to crisscross it a little bit so that there is some room. Okay, so I'm going to go like this. I'm going to crisscross a couple so that I have some dirt in here. I'm going to crisscross that one. Okay, I'm going to go here. I'm going to crisscross one more time like that. And then I'm going to go here. Okay, and then so here is the thread back and forth, the yarn. I'm going to tie it off on the side. And then, so that gave me an extra kind of thing to do to make it a little different, to have some textile to it. And I'm going to just snip off the last little piece. Okay, so here it is. You can see I've got it pulled a little tight. And then I can put my carrots into my garden. So, and there it is. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Maybe you're gonna plant carrots this weekend. Have fun doing this craft and check out the different ways to adapt it. You can do it like this so that your children just go in and seal the outside and sew these two pieces together so then you have a little pocket. Or you can use the thread and sew your carrots inside. Either way, it's a fun activity. Hope you have a good day. Miss Amy.